This episode of Indy Mogul is sponsored by Storyblocks. What's up, Indy Mogul? My name is Ted, and if you've been watching the show up until this point, since the reboot, I want to say thank you. It's been exactly 329 days since we uploaded our first video here, and holy moly, guys, it has been a ridiculously wild ride. This year alone, we've gone around the world. We've met with amazing friends, both in our town and in theirs, and we've had the opportunity to meet with some of our personal heroes, people like Larry Fong and Natasha Breyer. Seriously, guys, that is because of you guys tuning in every week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. None of this would be possible without you guys. So today, what are we doing? We are turning the tables. We're going to make today about you, and we're actually going to be answering some of your questions and actually reacting to some of the best comments that we've seen on the Indy Mogul videos. And then we're actually going to play through some of our favorite highlights from this year. So here we go. Indy Mogul comments, take one. Well, let's do this. Cool. So this one is from our Jakob Ear episode, the one that we talked about with Chernobyl. This comes from Adolfo Bermudez. He writes, I love this series. Is there a Patreon to support you? Adolfo, you are the best. You make my heart sing, and this is an amazing comment to see. Thank you so much for offering. No, we do not have a Patreon right now. However, this is as good of a time as any to announce that we are going to be launching a Indy Mogul Facebook group, though. You should absolutely be a part of it. We're going to actually have a little community here where we're hoping that in the future we can actually post an actual schedule of who the actual DPs that are coming on to talk, and you'll actually be able to ask comments there in the group. We can take those comments, ask them live when they come in here for the podcast and for the episodes. So we're going to put that in the link in the description down below. Would absolutely love it if you guys be a part of it. All right, so this one is from our episode with Mihai Malamare, the DP from Jojo Rabbit. Question is from Tyler Thorne. Question is, do you guys anticipate having people from post-production break things down as well? The answer to that is yes, we already did. We got the Oscar-winning editor of Bohemian Rhapsody actually came onto the show. If you want to check that out, it's John Ottman. In the future, yeah, absolutely. We want to be able to bring on just kind of high-end filmmakers, people that are just the best at their craft. For people that have been kind of following Indy Mogul from the beginning, you know, I'm not a DIY guy. I can't make you a lightsaber. I'm sorry. That's just something we can't do. But what our team does have is we have connections with a lot of amazing filmmakers out there. We know a lot of the high-end people. From the get-go, the dream of it was, wouldn't it be awesome if one day we went vintage lens shopping at a flea market with Bradford Young and learned about lenses? That sounds amazing. That sounds so cool and so much fun. Of course, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of interviews out there that talk about kind of the ephemeral side of filmmaking, but we want to hear about what do people actually do piece by piece. The things that actually break down the shots so that we can actually understand it on a fundamental level beyond just the theoretical. Question is from Jorge Huerta. I have been having this discussion lately with my girlfriend. Why do all YouTube videographers, or most, use the Canon 1DX? She's planning on buying the camera mostly because of that reason, but she already has a great camera in my opinion, the Sony a7R II. But it doesn't at all get the same buzz. Is the Canon 1DX a better camera? Here is the answer. The answer is no, it is not a better camera. However, at the end of the day, you got to pick a camera that actually suits the format that you're trying to create for. Now, for us, we do use the Canon 1DX Mark II. Why do we use the Canon 1DX Mark II? I'm going to tell you an answer right now, and you might not be satisfied with it, but here you go. Because it looks like high-end YouTube. Why is that the case? It's because there's already a bunch of high-end YouTubers that shoot with that camera and produce content with that camera. So when you see it, I really believe that there's kind of a subconscious effect of, oh, I've seen this look before. This is what high-end YouTube gets shot on. For instance, if you look at content, it's like color graded super cinematically and it's shoot on a super high-end camera like an Alexa Mini, LF or something like that, and it's brought onto YouTube. It almost looks a little strange. It almost looks like someone's posting a movie trailer or something on YouTube. It doesn't feel like the format. So at the end of the day, one, does your girlfriend actually need a 1DX Mark II? No, she can use whatever the heck she wants to use. But why do we actually use the Canon 1DX Mark II? That is because it fits the format. This is a question from Martine's episode. Martine, of course, being one of the key grips on a lot of Marvel movies, things like Thor and stuff like that. He came in, did an episode with us on actually how to hide backlights. And the question is... The question is from Young Blaze. By the way, Young Blaze, thank you for commenting on all the videos. We see you all the time. The question is, so how do I hire a TED to put up my lights? Go to Craigslist Classified. Looking for a casual Ted. And results not guaranteed. Okay, cool. So this one is from the episode with Moses Israel, Sundance producer, on biggest mistakes that production people make on film sets. So the question is from SW Films. I would love to see an episode on how to start a production company. Cool. So would I. Actually, I have some friends, Andy X, if you guys know that channel, Anders Overgaard, amazing Norwegian filmmaker. He actually has a series that he just started about starting a film company. And I think he's like 5 episodes in. Those guys are like amazing documentary filmmakers. They're doing content on that already. However, if you want to see some content from Indy Mogul as well too, the answer is maybe. Maybe we can bring on some people to show that. So that is it for our comments and actual questions. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. We'll try to answer those as well in written form, not video form. But what we're going to do now is we're actually going to show some of the best highlights from 2019, some of our favorite episodes, some of our favorite moments from actually doing this show and being a part of it. But before we jump into that, I want to give a quick shout out to Storyblocks, who always have the right city aerial shot we need for every given episode that we do, especially during that kickoff tour. In fact, when we look back on that 13-day trip, we definitely would have gone crazy if we had to budget time to shoot drone footage of every single city that we went to. So instead of lugging around a drone, we actually decided to get every shot that we needed on Storyblocks instead, which actually saved us, again, so much time and money. Don't forget, again, guys, you guys can get an unlimited access to the entire library of 4K and HD footage, which doesn't just include aerials. We're talking about B-roll, time-lapses, 360 video, motion, graphics, all for starting around $17 a month. And if you create YouTube or social media content like us, seriously, guys, Storyblocks is pretty much a must-have. So don't forget to get started by going over to storyblocks.com/IndyMogul, which we'll put in the description down below. Without much further ado, here are our favorite moments of Indy Mogul 2019. Enjoy. Hey, Indy Mogulers. It's officially 4 a.m. right now. And today, we're going to go see Griffin Hammond. That's right. We're back.
Indy Mogul.
Ah, Griffin!
Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yes! 3, 2, 1. That totally sounds. Make a music video with no budget, no prep, no time, no location, and no, this was not planned, so let me explain. While we're at the location, it turns out the security guard overhears our conversation. He makes a call, hands us a phone, where on the other end, there's this guy who's like, hey, I'll be there in 17 minutes.
This is your mind.
No, man.
This is what you have made.
I just wanted to make a movie.
I didn't do this, you did this. It's a TED
Let me
creation.
turn it this way. Just, okay, all right, now. Now, when we were underwater, it was beautiful. It was literally an entirely different world. But the same principles still applied. First, we focused on story. What do you actually need to make films? Nothing. Scene and video, thank you, and good night. And then, I totally, and when you're ready. I got kicked in the face. Hello. Ah!
Ted. It's just a precaution.
I made my first YouTube video and it got 20 views in a week and it stopped. And get this, I shared it on Facebook for all my friends and family, right? I know I got more than 20 friends and family, man. So that means my friends and family wasn't even checking it out.
G Drive is a more trusted brand. You don't want to explain to the label that you got the cheap, we got good hard drives.
Okay, cool.
You get a lovely cafe and you get cats.
Now, why cats? Why not dogs? Just talking, I'm sorry, I messed it up. I apologize, try it again. Or what are the camera settings that they need to set?
I shoot everything 8K.
Yep. So 8K and at least 60 frames per second. But at least we don't have to shoot in RAW, right?
We just jammed 3 cameras close together, a wide, a medium, and a long lens, all on one head. But when you wanted to zoom in, you morphed the wide to the medium, and then the medium to the long one.
That is awesome.
I think it'll be refined.
That'll just be refined over time.
I think it'll be refined over time until the point where they start sucking the pictures out of your head or mount the camera on a chicken. Like I saw some people. Have you ever seen that where they take a chicken and they mount a camera
I've
on a
seen
chicken?
that, the chicken head gimbal. But this scene hadn't been shot yet.
And so I had the whole thing cut together, my little vignettes of Freddy in the dark and all that stuff. And then they shot this, I'm like, oh. So you have to have objectivity in your own work.
This is where you're gonna say no way. The shot that doesn't have grain will look less sharp.
By making it less sharp,
yeah.
it looks more sharp?
You are degrading the high contrast edges, but you're also putting into the areas that are uniform.
Yeah.
You're giving a texture.
I just want to show you guys real quick what the actual Skittles look like in the tray. You ready?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Let's start the timer.
Starting the timer, 1 minute.
Okay, this is purple. I'm pre-sorting first. When I close my eyes, I see cyan.
Is this some garbage?
What?
First team or like your main talent on set, you put a little Duvetine on it so it softens it up for their soft little elbows. And the directors say, you know what?
Yes.
Thank you very much. You'll be on my next show.
Ooh.
For the baby play.
Again, just choose less gear and make smart selections and just less is always more.
Yeah.
There's a creative process going on.
And Taika was like, okay, let's go for it. So our key light in this scene, like if you go to the wide shot, that petrol lamp there, top left.
Okay.
That's the key light.
Is that the actual light?
Yeah.
That's actually lighting them?
Yeah.
But you never know. Some of those things, like, it's also led me to 3 more videos for her, right?
Yeah. Never underestimate the power of an audience that's not you.
Yep. You should put that on a poster or something.
Anyways.
2,500 LEDs that were all kind of controlled on this giant iPad.
Wait. So you're taking every single one of those little dots in the background?
Yeah, everything is controllable.
What?
I think it was 2,500.
That was all on DMX?
It wasn't just a simple straight morph, but it's so seamless now that your brain goes like, oh.
That is crazy.
I think I picked that up at Home Depot for, I don't know, $7 or something like that. So if you have $7 laying around, pick up a light bulb, get some cool in-camera
Someone out
effects.
there is like, this is too expensive. It's not indie enough. I can't afford this light bulb.
I mean, first we have to decide, because we only had this little stage and we had to look like a much bigger stuff. So it's like, how do we recycle it? But the camera is only seeing this. So then I'm using this other part of the set for the other shot.
And when this camera comes in, we're just seeing this, which we haven't seen before.
Yes.
Why did we watch 3 really sexy videos?
By the way,
in a
this
row?
is like you're just seeing everything that makes Gen X want to reproduce, okay?
Getting some weird energy right now. And that is it for our favorite moments of Indy Mogul 2019. Again, don't forget, guys, all of the guests, all of the episodes, every single thing that we did here on YouTube is also available on the Indy Mogul podcast. So if you want to listen to some cool, nerdy filmmakers talk about some nerdy stuff, you can listen to it there. Also, a huge shout out to Storyblocks, who was down with the nerdiness. Thank you for being a part. They support us, so you should support them because they're great. But other than that, that is Indy Mogul 2019. We will see you guys next in 2020. We got some amazing content, amazing episodes coming up soon. So that's it, guys. Happy holidays. Thank you, and good night. All right, so this one is from our most recent episode. This is from Coffee Dynamite, and he wrote, "Holy bleep, they actually got Natasha Breyer on the show. It seems like Deakins might pitch in anytime soon." The answer for that is, yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. You should send him a message and see if he wants to be a part of the show, because we would cry, then die, and it would be the best day ever. And yeah, that'd be the end of Indy Mogul.